Hey, this is Riker with the Wild West podcast. Today we're going to go over snow bikes a little bit. So we've kind of touched on them in some previous episodes. Most of you probably know that we rent snow bikes, but many of you may not have tried them, or you're just interested in what we're running on them, what gear we're using. And so we want to go over all that with you guys today to expand your snow bike knowledge based on what we've found being in this industry. So for starters, we love the Husqvarna Gas KTM family. So we've got a mix and a variety of both. We have Gas 450s, we have Husqvarna 450s, we actually have some Gas 350s as well, and we just love them. We've tinkered around a little bit in about all of the Snowbike kit brands themselves, and we've just found that mountaintop works best for us. So we've had Yetis, we've had timber sleds, and then we've kind of switched over to mountaintops in the last couple of years, and man, we love them. They grab so well. They have a longer lug on the track, and they just dig. So on those deep powder days, they perform better than any of the other snow bike kits that we've rode with. The front ski, we like them. We love the Yeti front ski, and I won't say that we like the Yeti front ski more, but that was a little bit different to get used to. But I think now that all of us have gotten used to the mountaintop front ski, it's kind of becoming our favorite that way as well. But overall, it's just an awesome kit. It's adjustable too. It has a strap on the back that you can adjust to make that front end feel a little bit lighter, or you can loosen it up and it kind of sits down a little bit more in the snow. Both options are great. Moving on to some of the accessories that we use on our bikes, we kit them out. Honestly, we like to ride them as much as you guys like to ride them. So even on all of our rental bikes, we deck them out the same way that we would want to deck them out for ourselves. So that means that we've got the C3 heated handlebars that are adjustable. You can make them warmer, you can shut them off completely, whatever's most comfortable for you that day, and it's unbelievable. Any of you guys that haven't ridden snow bikes and you might be a little bit worried about if you're gonna get cold, if your hands are gonna get cold, the C3 bars keep them nice and warm. So all of our bikes have the C3 heated handlebars. We've got temperature gauges on all of them. We've got headlights, which is honestly kind of a must. We've had a couple times where you get in some tricky situations and you're gonna wanna have a headlight to be able to get out of there. A couple of other accessories that we put on, we put radiator doors on our bikes, which I would also say it's a must. This bike is kind of a miracle. If you notice, it actually has all of its front plastics. That's kind of rare on a snow bike. You're going through a lot of trees. That's kind of the benefit of riding one of these versus a traditional sled is you can fit in a lot more places. So those tight trees in the timber, a lot of times you end up grabbing one of these and they get pulled off quite a bit. So on a lot of them, we actually shave them just to prevent that from happening. But this one has stood the test of time. We actually have all of the front plastics on it, which is incredible. A couple of the other things that we like to put on our bikes is, you guys can see, we've got seat concept seats on all of these. Nothing's worse than sitting all day and having your butt hurt. So these seat concept seats that narrow up in the front and then get wider behind you, they're awesome. They're way more comfortable for riding all day, and you can actually sit down the whole day. As opposed to dirt biking where you're standing up a lot, we don't stand as much on the snow bikes. We still do a little bit when you get in some technical situations, but most of the time you're gonna be sitting. And so having that seat concept seat, it really helps. Also, so you don't slide backwards. You know, things get cold, you're wearing a snowsuit, and you got to start ripping up a hill, you're going to want to actually be able to catch yourself so you're not hanging on with just your hands. So these seat concept seats are unbelievable for that as well. That's most of the accessories that we keep on the bikes themselves. We've got a couple other gadgets on the back that we put on all the bikes. We've got toolkits, battery packs if they ever die, and then we've got auxiliary fuel tanks. You burn through a lot of fuel in your snow bike, and we typically burn through two full tanks while we're riding. So having that auxiliary fuel tank it's a must as well. And it also tells you when it's time to head home. Once we've filled up the second time, we know that we should probably start heading back to the trailer's direction. Pretty self-explanatory for everything else. I'll go over a couple of the gear items that we love and that I would highly recommend. First up is the climb snowsuits. So anybody that hasn't used these, you gotta try them out. They are awesome. It keeps the snow out. They're a full onesie. These ones are actually tailored for snow bikes specifically. And that's because down here, they have this protective material that prevents it from getting burned. If you wear a traditional snowsuit while you're snow biking, you run a pretty high risk of burning up your pants. But Climb has thought of everything, and they have these snowsuits that are protective on the inside of your legs and the bottom, so you don't even burn up your snowsuit, which is awesome. Another cool feature that these have is they have a clip down at the very bottom, so you can They go over your boot, that goes around your boot, and then you can actually clip that to the front of your boots. All Klim boots come with this little D-ring on the front. And you just clip that through it, and that prevents your snowsuit from riding up and letting snow come up into your snowsuit. So it really makes it so you have a much more comfortable ride all day, because no one wants to be covered in snow all day. So the Klim snowsuits are a must, and we include them in every one of our rentals. We have over 25 of these brand new Klim snowsuits. So whenever we take anybody out, it's included in the rental. But if you're just looking to get into snow biking, this is definitely a must. Moving on to a couple other gear items that we like for snow biking. We use BCA trackers. These are also awesome. I mean, it's one of those things that you don't want to have to use it, but if you have to use it, you're going to want to have it, right? So you turn it to, it's going to be on SE, which just means that it's active, right? It'll show the battery percentage. And then if you ever need to find somebody that got caught in an avalanche, you turn it to search, and it's going to point you in the right direction and tell you how many meters they are away from you. So it's again, it's one of those things that you don't want to have to use it, but if you ever do have to use it, it is a must. The nice thing about that too is it just provides some peace of mind, right? It's another one of those things. We've got I think over 15 of these that we keep on deck, and so anytime anybody goes out, we send them out with these for safety more than anything. So kind of a cool thing that we like to use. Moving on to some of our other communication devices. We use both BCA radios and Oxbow radios. Really awesome because out there in the snow you get stuck sometimes. And so to be able to radio to your friends and let them know, like, hey, I need a hand here, I'm dug deep, it's pretty nice, and you kind of help guide them to you. So those have been really, really handy. We like both brands. I'd say that we prefer the Oxbow brand, and we're going to be getting more of these, but they're both unbelievable. Another thing that, like I mentioned, it's one of those things that you don't want to need it and not have it, so we have plenty of them, and again, included in all of our rentals. But if you're just looking to get into snow biking, you're going to want to get an Avy bag. So it's an avalanche pack. The nice thing about the Klim ones is they're rechargeable. You don't have to get CO2 canisters refilled if you ever accidentally pull it or if you pull it on purpose. These are battery powered, so you can recharge them. You pull that right there and you have your avalanche parachute blow up, which we've had happen a lot accidentally. We actually had, I think, over 10 of them pulled last year, and not a single one was on purpose. But they're good to have. And inside of these bags too, we always keep snow shovels, probes, which is something you're gonna wanna do if you're getting into snow biking. The nice thing about snow biking is you can have a lot more fun in not dangerous areas. A lot of people are concerned with avalanches, as they should be. You gotta be very cautious. Always look at the avalanche warning for the day. But the nice thing about riding snow bikes is you can have plenty of fun without getting into country where you need to be really worried about avalanches. So that's why we really love them. We've had a lot of friends that have been involved in avalanches, and it's a really sad thing. So we really like to be able to enjoy the snow, enjoy being out in nature in the middle of winter, particularly out here in Idaho when there's not much else to do in winter, but also be able to be safe and be in country where, while you always do need to be alert because they can happen anywhere, we can be in country where it's a lot less high of a risk. So those are a couple of things that we really like to run with our snow bikes. I'll mention the helmets really quick. Like most of our other gear, we prefer Klim for all that. They're a local company right here out of East Idaho, and we love using them. So we have Klim helmets. They're unbelievable. They have winter socks. I don't have it put in here right now, but they clip in right here, so it goes up by your goggles, and that keeps the snow out of your face too. It keeps you more warm. But unbelievable helmets, really no complaints with them. But that's a couple of the key things that we like to use while we're snow biking. Right now, this is one of the only bikes that we have here in the shop. We have the other ones in storage, but this winter we'll be having over 10 almost brand new motorcycles or brand new motorcycles, all with mountaintop kits ready to go. If you have any questions about snow biking, if you're looking to get into it, come ride one, come check it out. Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Wild West Podcast. I'm Riker. I hope that this was helpful for you, and come out and ride some snow bikes this winter.